Hey, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're taking a look back on everything that we accomplished this year. Well, at least the last 7 months. We officially launched this YouTube series back in May, starting with a full house tour to show you exactly what we were working with. All the quirks, hidden spaces, and the potential we saw from day one. That video really set the baseline for everything that followed. Not long after, we jumped straight into one of the biggest and most transformative projects of the year, uncovering the bedrock at the top of our property. This was one of the projects I was most excited about from the start. I knew it had the potential to completely change the space, but even then, I don't think I fully understood just how big that change would be. What started out as a totally unusable, overgrown area turned into one of the most unique features of our entire property. Exposing that rock set the tone for the rest of the year and showed us what this place had been hiding under decades of neglect. From there, we started shaping the property instead of just reacting to it. We cleared overgrowth, trimmed back a ton of branches, removed dead trees, and slowly opened up the ocean views that made us fall in love with this property in the first place. Later on, we went back and refined some of that work by leveling off a section and rebuilding a rock retaining wall properly. That was a big turning point for me. It proved that with a little bit of extra patience, we could make things look clean, intentional, and genuinely well done. Next up was the grass area of the yard. We reused all of the soil from the bedrock project to level the space, build smaller retaining walls, spread fresh soil everywhere, and finally planted grass seed. A few weeks later, once the grass had fully grown in, I was honestly shocked at how good it looked. What used to be a dry, uneven mess was now a usable backyard. That was the moment where the idea of sweat equity really clicked for me, and I could finally see the potential of the bones this property has. Once the yard was finished, Michelle and I slowed down for a moment and actually enjoyed the space we had been working on so hard. We turned it into a little private campsite, played badminton and frisbee, relaxed in the hammock, fired up the barbecue, hung out on the deck, and even slept under the stars. It was one of those moments that made all the hard work feel completely worth it. Of course, it wasn't long before we were back to work. Between the big projects, there was a steady stream of smaller projects that had just been stacking up. We replaced the living room ceiling fan, removed the old pink office blinds, swapped out outlet covers, installed a retractable screen door at the upper entrance, removed patio lights and replaced the porch light, built new shelves in the cantina, fixed a venting issue in the attic, did a temporary gutter repair, trimmed the hedges, collected what felt like a never-ending amount of leaves, even tackled cable management, and a whole bunch more. None of those jobs were huge on their own, but together they made the house feel far more finished and thoughtfully put together. Inside, we also took on one of the biggest visual changes of the year by repainting our main living space. We said goodbye to the pink walls and went with a dark, moody blue instead. It completely changed the vibe of the house and finally made it feel like the home we had pictured when we first moved in. Not everything this year went smoothly though. We dealt with 2 major leaks this year. One started out with water pouring out of the garage ceiling, which led to tearing apart the entire deck above to track it down and patch the problem. The other was a long overdue fix in the basement guest shower, which turned into drywall repairs, repainting the guest bathroom, and refreshing the downstairs foyer along the way. A big part of this year was learning how the house actually works, uncovering old problems, surprises, and decisions made long before we ever lived here. That theme continued when we finally tackled both of our sheds. What we thought would be a simple organization turned into one of the dirtiest projects yet, after discovering a serious rat infestation in the lower shed. After clearing everything out, disinfecting, pressure washing, and rebuilding the storage, we moved on to the upper shed and finally got both of them clean, organized, and usable again. After all the heavy lifting and hardscaping, we shifted our focus to something a little more rewarding, the garden. We prepped the beds, hauled in fresh soil through our very unconventional garage setup, and finally started bringing the space to life. Michelle took the lead on planting everything, and for the first time, this area felt like more than just another project. With ocean views, the greenhouse, and actual things growing in the ground, it started to feel less like a work site and more like a home. That garden video marked a real shift for us, from just fixing things to actually building the life we want to live here. To wrap up the year, we slowed things down and leaned into the season with our Christmas video. We reset the sunken living room, brought in a Christmas tree from our own backyard, decorated inside and out, and took a break from projects to enjoy local holiday traditions like visiting our local mountain's Christmas tree, the boat parade, and a quiet, cozy night at home. And of course, it wouldn't be a full year recap without acknowledging that not everything went according to plan. There were plenty of small fails along the way. Ah! It's right there.
Oh. You do now!
Flip.
Oh my god.
I think I just locked myself outside.
Oh, here we go.
And more than a few moments where I probably should have stopped earlier or grabbed the right tool to begin with. Those moments can be frustrating in the moment, but looking back, they're just part of the process. They're how things get better, and honestly, they're usually the most memorable parts. All in all, it's been a very busy 7 months, but we've come a long way in our long-term goal in turning this house into the place Michelle and I want to spend the rest of our days. There's a whole lot more planned for 2026, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let us know down in the comments what your favorite project was this year. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.